Okay, as promised yesterday, a quick summary of the Connect API. So let's start with the plan, recalling that we are now right at the beginning of the timeline, and the purpose of this hackathon was to go over the existence of an active API and prepare the next step, which is to use this API to converge on the data formatting, not yet data standards, just data formatting between the different sites. You're going to need one key to access this site. So a few words about this key mechanism. So each site will have its own key, and all the files submitted under one key will be only available to that site. While we converge on the formatting, I created, if you want, a site of all sites, which we'll be using for now, which is this one. When you're ready, let us know and we'll issue keys only for your site. So let's see how this works. So this is the GitHub repository where the code is being stored. So everything that was done is in the public domain. The only thing that is hidden is the keys. The server side that is being hosted in the cloud, we have the code here. So you can find out that its core is enabled. It allows for cross-site calling, and it allows two additional parameters through the header. One is the key we just discussed, and the second one is the file. So this is fairly short code just to get us started. We also promised to develop these ingestion apps, and so we did that here. So in the same repository that you have the server side, you also have the client side. So this is a very simple HTML page that the main purpose is to load the Connect.js code. And again, if you want to review this code or you want your security people to do so, you can come here. Again, there's not much to it. So what we have here is really a naked API with no embellishments. And between now and 2 weeks from now, I'll start building those embellishments based on the feedback I got from you yesterday. So the live naked API is available here. There it is. This page is this link. The source code we just went over. If you have issues you want to submit, just click on the link. You'll need a GitHub page. If you have two-factor authentication, you'll be asked to provide a code, maybe through your phone. So the site is fairly secure. The code is public, but the site is secure. We have one issue submitted. It's something I submitted to myself, just to illustrate how the process works. So here I'm asking people what they have in mind for additional commands, which we'll get there in a minute. Okay, back here. So let's just send something. So what you have here is the raw result, the same one you'd get if you called the API endpoint directly. So here's the API endpoint, the third link in the list. It's the exact same thing. If you, for instance, put a command like help, you get an answer here with some information. So this information is what is going to be returned to the clean UI in 2 weeks from now. So your key goes here, and you notice that I didn't provide the key to ask for help. So there are a number of commands are completely in the public domain. They just serve the purpose of documenting how the API works. Of course, if you want to post data, a key will have to be provided. So first I'm going to provide a key that is not the right one. I just type something randomly and a file that doesn't exist. And 1, 2, 3, so we have some more characters. We could have also loaded this from a file. I'll do that in a second. So when we do the posting, we should get an error message. Continue. Oh, I sent it as get, so let's move it to post. So get is for command level engagement of the tool. Post is for data submission. And there we are. And the error, unregistered key. So this is the answer. Again, this is what will be provided to embellished UI. Now, while we work with the embellishment of the UI, for those of you on the technical side, you'll want to know how the API is configured. So just click here and you have the postman file explaining how the get and post parameters are used and what is sent in. So now we are ready to send something that does exist. So I'm going to put the real key, just copy pasting from the beginning of the video. Now I'm going to load a file, any file really. So there's a file tsv here. I'm going to load it. There it is. And now I send the file. So notice that the file name was copied, and now I'm ready to post it. And you see that now we don't get an error message, instead we get this. So my suggestion these 2 weeks, while I finished UI, in response to some of the feedback I got from you yesterday, and other feedback I hope to get as I've moved on. So all this code is public, and it's available in real time. So as the site is coded, it all becomes available here. And within a few seconds, it's also automatically propagated to the API endpoint. So you are always aware in real time on the status of the API development. So while this happens, I would suggest that, again, on your technical side, you explore the get and post commands. Let me know if you have any problems with it. I want to make sure you can call this API, and you can have validated submissions of files. I think we covered all the links, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Send me your feedback when you can. Bye now.